Russian general was killed Monday morning after an explosive device planted under his car detonated in Moscow.
Denmark expects all nations to respect its borders after Trump appointed a special envoy to Greenland. French President Emmanuel Macron has confirmed the launch of a new aircraft carrier to be ready by 2038.
A Russian general was killed Monday morning after an explosive device planted under his car detonated in Moscow. Lieutenant General Fanil Saravarov was the head of the Armed Forces Operational Training Department. Russia's investigative committee said an investigation is underway and that investigators are considering Ukraine as a possible culprit. Kyiv has not yet commented on the claims.
Следствием отрабатываются различные версии убийства. Одной из них является версия, связанная с организацией преступления украинскими спецслужбами. Ход расследования поставлен на контроль в Центральном аппарате Следственного комитета. Следствием будут назначены необходимые экспертизы, в том числе судебно-медицинская и взрывотехническая. Допрашиваются свидетели и очевидцы, изучаются камеры видеонаблюдения.
In December last year, another top Russian general, Igor Kirillov, was similarly killed after a device hidden in a scooter detonated outside of his apartment building. Ukraine has not taken responsibility for either of the two deaths.
Denmark expects all nations, including the United States, to respect its territorial sovereignty, Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen said on Monday. This comes after US President Donald Trump appointed Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry as a special envoy to bring Greenland under Washington's control on Sunday.
Jeg er stærkt oprørt over nyheden om, at præsidenten har udnævnt en særlig udsending, og jeg er i særlig grad oprørt og finder det helt uacceptabelt den måde, den særlige udsending nu udtaler sig på. Med altså en oplevelse af, at han har et mandat til at gøre grønlandsk amerikansk. Jeg står her på Færøerne, og kongeriget Danmark er kongerigets.
Danish media reported that Rasmussen later said he would summon Kenneth Howrey, the US ambassador in Copenhagen, for a meeting at the ministry. Trump has repeatedly called for US jurisdiction over Greenland and has infamously not ruled out using military force to seize it.
The US is pursuing a third oil tanker in international waters near Venezuela, according to a US official who spoke on condition of anonymity. The official said the ship was part of a Venezuelan shadow fleet used to evade sanctions. Another official said the ship had not yet been boarded, but if the operation is successful, it would mark the third of its kind in less than 2 weeks. Over the weekend, the US had seized another tanker, which the White House described as a falsely flagged vessel operating as part of Venezuela's shadow fleet to transport stolen oil. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro denounced the campaign on Sunday, accusing the US of piracy, and said he would file a complaint with the UN Security Council. Last week, the Trump administration announced a blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers entering or leaving Venezuela, demanding the return of assets seized from US oil companies years ago.
French President Emmanuel Macron has confirmed the launch of a new aircraft carrier that will replace the Charles de Gaulle on Sunday, speaking to French troops in Abu Dhabi. Macron said France must be feared and strong at sea, which is why the decision to equip France with the new nuclear carrier was made.
Ce nouveau porte-avions sera l'illustration de la puissance de notre nation, puissance de l'industrie, de la technique, puissance au service de la liberté sur les mers et dans les remous du temps.
It is expected to be in service by 2038. The old carrier has been in service since 2001 and is designed to last about 40 years. Capable of carrying 30 jets and costing 10 billion euros, it will be Europe's largest warship backed by 800 firms. France's military currently consists of around 200,000 active personnel and over 40,000 reservists, making it the second largest in the European Union.
At least 16 files have disappeared from the US Justice Department's public webpage for documents related to Jeffrey Epstein less than a day after they were posted. The missing files include images of paintings depicting naked women and a photograph of Donald Trump. The Justice Department has given no explanation why the files disappeared, but said in a post on X that, quote, "Photos and other materials will continue being reviewed and redacted consistent with the law." The missing files have fueled speculation about what was taken down and why the public was not notified. Some Democrats have pointed to a cover-up and insisted the American public needs transparency. So far, the tens of thousands of pages made public have offered little new insight into Epstein's crimes. Some of the most closely watched materials have been omitted, including FBI interviews with the victims and internal Justice Department memos on charging decisions.
Pope Leo XIV kindly urged Vatican cardinals on Monday to set aside personal ambitions and power struggles. In his Christmas address to the Roman Curia, the American pontiff asked if true friendship is possible among Vatican bureaucrats.
Quando magari dopo tanti anni spesi al servizio della curia, notiamo con delusione che alcune dinamiche legate all'esercizio del potere, alla smania del primeggiare, alla cura dei propri interessi, non stentano a cambiare. E ci si chiede, è possibile essere amici nella curia romana?
The Curia is the central administrative body of the Catholic Church, headquartered in Vatican City, that assists the Pope in governing. And Pope Leo XIV followed his predecessor's tradition of using the occasion to criticize this administration's shortcomings, but without the sharper tone employed by Pope Francis. He called for genuine support in which masks fall away and no one is sidelined or used. The Pope stressed building communion in a world wounded by discord, violence and digitally fueled anger. The change in tone is seen as an effort to build unity after Pope Francis's sometimes divisive 12-year papacy.
Oggi non dobbiamo parlare di lavoro.
Meteorologists might predict a snow-free Christmas in southern Finland, but that's not the case up north. As Finnish public broadcaster Yle reports, once again, Santa Claus has taken off from his headquarters in Korvatunturi, Lapland, to deliver a happy Christmas to all and presents to children who have been nice for the past 12 months. According to Yle, his sleigh is one of the most advanced technology and cannot be deterred by GPS spoofing or jamming or any AI-assisted malware. He can cross seas, oceans and mountains with no interference to his mission of true peace, love and understanding, Yle, who called themselves Santa's official TV station, added.
Kontakov, one of the emblematic works of Pina Bausch, the German choreographer who decisively influenced the form and content of contemporary dance, has been presented at the National Theatre in Athens. 37 years after its first presentation in Greece, the work is now a production featuring exclusively Greek performers, aged 21 to 55.
By the time we got to Kontaktov, which was 1978, we had already done a lot of revolutionary pieces, many danced operas. We have had the Tomatoes, people walking out from the public, slamming doors. I was there in that time, so slowly, by the time we did Kontaktov, people were not leaving. She had become rather well known, like a insider cult figure with her new way of working, non-dancing. The woman herself was so beautiful, first of all, when she was younger. She was able to manipulate. Her ideas were unique. I was able to give them to her, and we were able to form and shape certain pieces with very human daily lives of peoples. Her work was always interesting for me, and I loved all the music that she put into the pieces. She was a genius, yeah.
In 2002, Daphnis Kourganos became Pina Bausch's assistant.
Και αυτό που είχε ήταν κάτι πάρα πολύ αληθινό. Και γι' αυτό μας αγγίζει όλους. Γιατί είναι κάτι που κάτι που ανήκει σε όλους, κάτι που έχουμε όλοι κοινό. Και αυτή μπόρεσε να το κάνει χορό, να το κάνει κίνηση και να το βγάλει πάνω στη σκηνή. Είναι πράγματα που αγγίζουν όλους μας, είναι πράγματα που μας καίνε όλους μας, που σκεφτόμαστε. Με αυτά τα πράγματα ζούμε κάθε μέρα και αυτά τα πράγματα τα καθημερινά αυτή μπόρεσε και τα έφτιαξε έτσι που τα έφτιαξε να είναι πραγματικά τέχνη.
Contact Hof was first performed in 1978 at the Wuppertal Opera and is a landmark of Pina Bausch's early period.
Το Contact Hof για μένα είναι ακριβώς ένας τόπος συνάντησης 23 ανθρώπων, οι οποίοι παρουσιάζονται σε μια κατά κάποιο τρόπο αίθουσα χορού, αναζητώντας την ανθρώπινη επαφή. Είναι ψήγματα όλης μας της ζωής και όλης μας της ύπαρξης μέσα από τα μάτια της Pina Bausch και νομίζω ότι αυτό συμβαίνει και σε αυτόν που το παρακολουθεί. Για μένα είναι ένας τόπος ελευθερίας.
Σαν να βλέπεις μια μικρογραφία μιας κοινωνίας. Πολλές φορές νιώθω ότι είμαι σε ένα χωριό με όλες αυτές τις καλές και τις κακές στιγμές ενός κλειστού κόσμου, ας πούμε, ο οποίος εδώ πέρα περνάει από το πιο μικρό στο πιο μεγάλο.
The play is on tour, often including different age groups of performers.
Καλησπέρα.